3 miles beneath the Pacific, a ship rests in eternal darkness. A carrier that won the most important naval battle in history while already dying. The wreckage bears hull number 5, identifying her as USS Yorktown, the fleet carrier that refused to die. She took 3 bombs and stayed afloat. She absorbed 2 torpedoes and kept fighting. Even after her crew abandoned ship, she refused to sink for another 16 hours. But here is the paradox that changes everything we thought we knew about Midway. How does a ship that should not have been there alter the outcome of World War II? And what did the wreck reveal in 2018 that contradicts 82 years of official record? October 19, 2018, the research vessel Patrol cuts through swells northwest of Midway Atoll, trailing an autonomous underwater vehicle through the abyss. This is Paul Allen's final expedition before his death, and his team is hunting one of the war's most significant wrecks. They've been searching for 3 weeks, mapping the seafloor based on destroyer navigation plots from June 1942. Then the sonar return changes. A massive shadow emerges from the acoustic data, 800 feet long, sitting upright on a volcanic plain 16,000 feet down. But something's wrong with the debris field. The wreck shows damage that doesn't match the official sinking report. There's a secondary impact site 200 yards to the east that shouldn't exist. And the carrier's orientation contradicts every survivor account from that day. The robot's cameras are about to rewrite history. USS Yorktown slid down the ways at Newport News Shipbuilding on April 5, 1937, the lead ship of her class. She stretched 809 feet from stem to stern, displaced 25,500 tons fully loaded, and could push 32.5 knots when her 9 boilers fed 120,000 shaft horsepower to 4 screws. Her flight deck could operate more than 90 aircraft, fighters, dive bombers, and torpedo planes with a striking range of 200 miles. At the Battle of Coral Sea in May 1942, she took a bomb through her flight deck that killed 66 men. The Navy estimated 3 months of repair time. Pearl Harbor's miracle workers gave her 3 days. Welders were still aboard when she sortied for Midway on May 30th, racing to join Enterprise and Hornet for a battle that would decide the Pacific War. The carrier that shouldn't have been ready was about to become the carrier that wouldn't die. June 4th, 1942, began with Yorktown's air group launching at 8:38. Her 17 dive bombers arrived over the Japanese carriers at 10:25, rolling into their attack on the carrier Soryu and planting 3 1,000-pound bombs into her flight deck. She would sink that evening, taking 718 men with her. At noon, 18 Val-Divey bombers broke through Yorktown's combat air patrol. 3 bombs hit in rapid succession. The first penetrated the flight deck and exploded in the uptakes, snuffing every boiler. The second detonated inside the funnel. The third punched through to the 4th deck, starting fires near the forward magazines. The carrier went dead in the water, listing, black smoke pouring from her stack. By 1:40 in the afternoon, damage control teams had fire control, generators back online, and enough boilers relit to make 20 knots. Then at 2:45 in the afternoon, lookouts spotted torpedo wakes. Torpedoes, or 4 Type 91 torpedoes from submarine WWII 168 were inbound. 2 slammed into Yorktown's port side, buckling frames, rupturing fuel tanks, and flooding 3 boiler rooms. She took on 26 degrees of list. At 1500 hours, Captain Elliot Buckmaster gave the order to abandon ship. Yorktown refused to die. Through the night, she wallowed in the swells, and by dawn, the Navy decided to try saving her. June 6, 1942, a skeleton salvage crew of 170 men scrambled back aboard, rigging tow cables while the destroyer Hammond came alongside to provide electrical power and pumping. They had her list reduced to 22 degrees and put her under tow toward Pearl Harbor. At 1:30 in the afternoon, Commander Yahachi Tanabe sighted the periscope of submarine WWII 168 5 miles away. He had been stalking the crippled carrier for 18 hours. At 1:36 in the afternoon, he fired a 4-torpedo spread from 1,400 yards. 1 torpedo passed ahead. The second hit Hammond amidships, breaking her keel. She sank in 4 minutes, taking 80 men down. The third and fourth torpedoes slammed into Yorktown's starboard side near frames 95 and 120. The warheads blew holes 15 feet across, flooding 2 more fire rooms and the forward engine room. Through the night, salvage crews worked in darkness, but the list increased to 27 degrees. At 5 in the morning on June 7, 1942, she rolled to port and slipped beneath the surface at 6 in the morning. 141 men went down with Yorktown. Combined with Hammond's losses and earlier air attacks, the battle claimed over 2,000 American lives. The search combined old navigation and new technology. Vulcan Inky's team started with USS Balka's deck log from June 7, 1942, which recorded Yorktown's final position, accurate to perhaps 2 miles. They overlaid this with drift models and GPS coordinates to create a search box of 2.5 square miles. Remus 6000 autonomous underwater vehicle ran pre-programmed patterns at 50 meters above the seafloor. Its multi-beam sonar built a 3-dimensional acoustic map at 16,650 feet, where pressure reaches 7,200 pounds per square inch. After 2 weeks, analysts spotted the anomaly, a raised formation matching a Yorktown-class carrier. The remotely operated vehicle descended next, its 4K cameras capturing the first images of Yorktown in 76 years. Photogrammetry software stitched thousands of photos into detailed 3-dimensional models, revealing damage patterns no survivor could have witnessed. Hull number 5 remained visible on the bow plating. The island superstructure retained its distinctive funnel geometry, matching construction blueprints. The 2 aircraft elevators measured exactly 48 by 40 feet, conforming to Yorktown-class specifications. The torpedo damage told the final chapter. 2 massive holes gaped in the starboard side at frames 95 and 120, right where I-168's torpedo struck. The hull plating was peeled inward and upward, consistent with underwater explosions. Interior spaces showed buckled decks and severed longitudinal girders. 200 yards to the east, scattered wreckage marked Hammond's grave: boilers, depth charge racks, and hull plating. This explained the debris pattern that initially confused searchers. Very few aircraft remained on the wreck. Most had either flown off before abandonment or floated away as the carrier rolled. The Naval History and Heritage Command issued official confirmation within 72 hours. Yorktown's discovery matters beyond historical closure. Marine scientists now study deep-sea corrosion rates on steel from the 1930s. The wreck supports thriving ecosystems of amphipods and grenadier fish. The wreck also corrected the historical record. Photographic evidence proves Yorktown rolled to port, not starboard as reported in official documents. The robot cameras revealed the truth. Extreme stress had distorted survivor memories. For families of the want, the wreck's location provides a place for remembrance and the knowledge that their loved ones rest in a marked grave. And there's the strategic question. What if Yorktown had not been at Midway? Her dive bombers delivered 1/3 of the killing blows against the Japanese carrier force. Her resilience bought Fletcher precious hours to keep launching strikes. Without her, the battle might have gone very differently. Before we continue, a quick reminder. Subscribing is the easiest way to support the channel. It helps us dedicate more time to uncovering these sunken stories and preserving maritime history for everyone who loves the sea. Let's get back to the video. USS Yorktown is protected under the Sunken Military Craft Act, which designates her as a war grave and prohibits any salvage or disturbance. She belongs to the 141 men who went down with her and the 80 souls from Hammond who rest nearby. In 2019, the Navy conducted a memorial service at sea, dropping a wreath at the coordinates where Petrel found her. Veterans, families, and active duty sailors gathered as the wreath drifted over the spot 3 miles above Yorktown's shattered flight deck. Yorktown did not just fight at Midway, she was Midway. Her presence changed the calculus of the battle. Her aircraft changed the outcome, and her stubborn refusal to sink bought the time needed to secure victory. 3 miles down in eternal darkness, she still stands watch over the men who would not leave her. And the ocean keeps their secrets in silence and honor.